And today here we are with the remote control that will enable us to control every single device that we have at home and even outside our home, because this remote control right over here, which looks really cool by the way, I will leave a link down below so that you guys can check it out, has an advantage over the remotes that we have seen so far that have a hub, thus limiting us to one division of the house. This one here doesn't require that. We only need to use the app to synchronize the information to the remote, and then the remote can be used anywhere. So if I want to leave my house, take the remote, go to a friend's house, and I have configured there his TV, I can just do that simply as this, and this gives us a lot of freedom, even though that probably I will not take the remote outside my home. Now, talking about home edition, Windows 10, Windows 11. If you haven't activated your Windows license, don't forget to check out KeysFan, where we have been testing this platform for the past few months with great prices. Coupon code down below, link down below, easy to purchase, easy to activate, just in case you want to check that out. Now, the remote control itself, in terms of the design, it's really well accomplished. When we look at it, it's really nice. It has 22 buttons, but we can use up to 44. 22 of them are virtual, and I will explain a little bit more about that. The buttons have backlight, this blue LED right over here, which looks awesome, and the blue LED turns into red when we are connected to the phone. Here at the bottom we have the charger, or the charger place, where we will connect this cable that it's included, and it's a magnetic charger which looks awesome as well. It has a nice detail. It has a blue dot right over here at the end, and it matches the blue LED right over here. So some details that look really nice. It also comes with the user guide and a power adapter. Besides the 44 usable buttons, backlight and whatnot, we also have a screen right over here which will make it really easy to use, so we don't need to memorize anything. Everything will be right over here. In this particular case, I'm seeing my projector remote, so menu, input, back, volume up, volume down, and then we have the basic keys right over here, directional buttons, back, home, and so on and so forth. So really easy to use in terms of the remote itself. Just so that you have an idea, I will show you on screen the app that I've got open right over here with the categories of devices that we can use. I did use it on 2 different air conditioners. I did also use on a TV, on a projector, on a fan that I have on my wall, on an Android TV box, and on a smart radio. It doesn't matter the device, this remote will be able to control. And I did not test it out with the garage, but it has RF433 and 315, so it should work with the garage as well. And if you want to use it on TV and then on the garage, you can do that, and that is just awesome. Now, as I was saying, there are a lot of categories, and inside of each category we have a lot of devices that we can use. The app is really easy. Now, it comes with a feature which is the organization plan, and it comes already pre-built to give us an idea with the different floors, and on each floor it comes with several divisions like the bedroom, toilet, and so on and so forth, which is good for giving us the idea of what we want. Now, my suggestion here is, if you get one of these remotes, just delete that and create your own divisions with your own pictures. I did that as an example. I did the 3 floors that I have, but I only created 1 division on each just for testing it out. And at this moment, I've got about 4 devices on this division here and about 4 or 5 devices upstairs. It will be a great help to use it in a way that I don't need to think about which device. I just need to scroll. And by the way that we choose once it's synchronized here on the remote is just by scrolling this middle ball right over here, which will let us scroll through the different devices that we have, and it's identified by the floor and also identified by the division. So it's really easy. If I want to use my NVIDIA Shield that it's on the living room, I just select NVIDIA Shield and bam. If I want to use the AC right over here on the office, just select the AC and bam. If by any means I need the 44 buttons, then, which I didn't use so far, I just need to go down, swipe down or up, and it will give me another 22 buttons right over here, and it will show me on screen what I have enabled on each of those buttons. So really nice. Now, just so that you have an idea on how easy it is to use this remote, there are three main ways of adding devices. There are more, but the ones that we will be using is three. First of all, by brand. We just select the device that we want, for example, a TV. We select the brand. In this particular case, I did use one of my Samsung TVs. And we can select the model, or if we don't remember the model, which is usual, then the app will give us a selection of remote controls, and we need to select the one that is similar to what we remember, because probably we have lost that remote. And once we select it, it will give us a menu that I will test the button with several options, and once we test a button that works, then all the others will do as well, like the volume and so on and so forth. Everything will work. Actually, on the test that I did on the Samsung TV, it has CEC, so it will control not only the TV, but it will also control, without doing anything else, the Android TV box. This is probably the easiest way to add any device, because it will grab automatically all the buttons, it will map everything, and of course I can change the position of the buttons inside the app and then synchronize to the remote control. Okay, what about if you have a device that doesn't have a brand that the remote knows, like my wall fan? What I did was the second method, which is the infrared learning. Now, this is a method that we have been using in the past as well with other remotes. This one has the advantage that has no hub. So what I did right over there was to press, for example, the on button, and I pressed the on button on the original remote, and the super remote will learn that button. And I did that for all the buttons that my fan has, and once he has learned everything, I could control the fan with just this remote. Now, I did the same with my radio that I've got on the kitchen, and the experience was also really cool. Having in mind that we can select the keys that we want to add, and if there are keys that we don't use, then we don't need to waste our time. I also tested with a projector that I've got on my cinema setup, and it worked great, because any brand that we have on a projector, on a radio, on a fan will work, because it will learn exactly the infrared code that we transmit. This will happen as well with ACs. Now, I did test out with this AC right over here, which is a brand that no one knows about it, and I did select a brand that has a similar name. And in my opinion, it will work out with every single AC that we have, regardless of the brand. And even if it doesn't work that way, we can do by the infrared remote learning. Now, talking about AC, I also tested with a Daikin AC that I've got on the living room, and as it is a well-known brand, it is on the database of this remote. Actually, they have more than 4,500 brands, if I'm not mistaken, at the time of the recording. So these are two of the ways that we will be using most, and the infrared learning is one that doesn't fail, even if this one, by the way, it's Bluetooth. So I could do this one here, which is for the camera. I could pair it. Actually, I can control the camera with this remote control. Lastly, there is one more that we will be using frequently, and that is the Bluetooth controller. Now, the Bluetooth will be able to be used by Apple TV, NVIDIA Shield TV, devices such as that. There is a long database right over here with very well-known brands. Not only Shield, Apple TV, but also Minix, Zido, if I'm not mistaken, Tron Smart. So we have a lot of brands right over here, which is really, really cool. But in terms of the NVIDIA Shield as an example, what it happens is that we have to select NVIDIA Shield. After that, it will do everything automatically. I just need to choose if I want to keep the keys on that order, or if I want to change the keys or the buttons, to be more precise, or if I want to change the button order, and basically that is it. Once I press synchronize, I will be able to play around with my NVIDIA Shield 2. I was forgetting that the remote in this particular case will turn in or turn on the Bluetooth, so I will need to go to my NVIDIA Shield and pair it with the Bluetooth. Once it's paired, then that is when I can use it. Sorry, I was forgetting about this step. Overall, in my opinion, this is probably the best remote that we can find so far, especially because it has not only a good looking design, all of these functions, but it's not limited with a hub that we have seen on some of a great remote control, but this one has no limitations at all. So that's why I said that I can use it here and then go to another division, go to a friend's house, and it will work anywhere because I just need this, and it's just awesome. Link down below so that you guys can check out all the specifications and whatnot. Really easy to use, just the app and the remote, and basically that is it, at a great price point for what it does. That being said, hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did so, don't forget that usual thumbs up right over there, which is really appreciated on this side of the screen. My name is Roberto Jorge, today with the super remote from BESTJOY, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.